All right. So, I'm gonna do some 3D modeling and texturing here. I need to make some seashells, and I thought that I would live stream it. So yeah, I was gonna go get some more water, but then I remembered I have to be doing crunches in about 30 minutes. And you can't really do crunches when you got a lot of water in your stomach. Kind of makes you want to throw up. Boring, says Icky Sticky. How about if I pull down my pants, rip out my dick, and shove it up your ass? Would it still be boring if that's what the stream was? Do you want some excitement? We can get some excitement going here, Icky Sticky. I'll give you something to be sticky about. Listen, you bunch of fuckboys, let's get this going. No more! Got no more time for this bullshit. Let's get some work. Oh, by the way, if you're a small child, don't watch my streams. They're not suited for anyone. No, I've never had a frozen pickle. I'm not an idiot. Who the hell wants a frozen pickle? Sounds like a terrible thing. Something that only degenerates would want to eat. All right, listen. Where the hell did the chat go? There we go. What am I doing? Oh, I'm making seashells. Okay. Blender hype. Well, you can have all the Blender hype you want, but this is 3ds Max. So, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. All right, let's see. I'm going to make a... what should we start with? We'll start with a scallop. But I'm trying to figure out what kind of a... Should I use a box to start that? A sphere? A sphere would be more of a pain in the ass to model. I mean, not model, to texture. Whereas the box would be a bit easier, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll use a sphere. I think a sphere is probably going to be the right thing to do. Alright, that's going to be way too many polygons because this has to be something that could be... Oh my god, this is going to be... You know what I hate? I'll tell you what I hate. My goddamn microphone has a blue light on the front of it, facing towards me, and the goddamn thing blinks non-stop when it's active. So whenever you're using the microphone, it blinks. There's an idea for you. Who the hell asked for that? You know what? Hold on a second. I'm taking a Sharpie marker, and I'm coloring over the damn thing. Who the hell would want that? And of course, the marker's not really working. Fabulous. Do I have tape? Do I have any more duct tape left over from all those people I tied up and threw in my basement? I don't think I have any more duct tape. Hold on a second. I gotta find something because I can't be dealing with this. I gotta get something to cover up this damn light. Probably find some tape, maybe some electrical tape. I don't know. You can't even hear me at this point. Oh my god! I found the perfect thing. Here we go. All right. Yeah, this isn't the kind of flashing I like. Oh no, I don't have a pair of skizzers. There we go. Who the hell thought it would be a good idea to make a blinking light right in the user's face when they use the damn microphone? I don't know. All right. Yes, I did teach I taught myself 3D modeling in a way. I wouldn't consider myself to be anywhere close to good. But I just, tutorials on the internet. You can learn a lot from tutorials on the internet. What the fuck is going on here? What is this? Can we cooperate here? What is the computer doing? There we go. So I'm just going to kind of, start working on this. This is a test. This might not even be what we end up using. This is just a test. Let's see here. Just gonna kind of shape this thing. How the hell does it... What is this? Oh, it's probably got to go out more this way. That's kind of right, kind of, sort of. Why is this set to realistic? Put that on shaded. What kind of fancy crap is that? Ugh, God. Is 3D modeling hard? I mean, there's stuff that I can't do, sure. I think that's true for everybody. You're always going to find some stuff that you can't do. But then you look at a tutorial and you learn how to do it, and then you forget about it because it's probably something you'll never use again when you model. I've certainly done that. Where I'll learn how to do something and I'll be like, hey, now I know how to do that. And then I won't do anything in 3ds Max for like a year, and I'll be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I wonder what the hell I'm doing with myself here. That's kind of a fat shell. Well, we'll see where this goes. Fat shell shaming. Hashtag fat shell shaming. All right, we got that. Let's just clone this son of a gun. Drag its ass down here. Josh, talk how college is useless hype. College is useless. Don't go to college. Don't listen to the bullshit that people are going to tell you. Stay in school. Wrong. Especially nowadays, school is garbage. Your teachers, your professors are all a bunch of morons. You're already smarter than all of them, and they're just going to try to indoctrinate you and make you think a bunch of bullshit. Just skip it. Skip it. Figure out what you want to do, and then go to classes specifically designed for that. All right, we gotta... You know, I've been thinking today, I really, really want to do a parody video series that just makes fun of a lot of gaming channels. Like how phony they are. Like Lamar. I've wanted to parody Lamar Wilson for so goddamn long, it's not even funny. It will be funny, but I'm saying, it's just been a long time. I think he's earned it. I really want to do a Lamar Wilson parody so bad. I've wanted to do a Nintendo Minute parody for a while as well. I think that could be funny. Is this looking good? I don't think so. This is crap, but let's put it into place here where it's supposed to go. Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the worst. Let's see what we can do here. It's a mitten! It's a goddamn mitten. I deleted my Twitter because I shouldn't be on social media. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Oh, I do. I went back on Twitter because I was like, well, it's a good way to advertise videos, YouTube decided that they don't want to send out videos anymore to subscribers, so I should probably be on Twitter to make sure people see it. But then I realized, no, I can't stand Twitter. I'm not somebody that should be on Twitter. So I left, and I'm very happy about leaving. I do have my style one still, the JT style one. That one's still up there, but that is of course just going to be about style. Make a parody of Lamar Wilson intro song as well. Oh yeah, I'll definitely get Cleffer Notes to do that for me. I'd assume he'd be down for that. He's a good guy. I don't know. I think this will look a lot better with a texture, but I do think there's still some shaping that we can do here. I mean, this is not even remotely impressive modeling, obviously, but it's a simple thing. It's not going to be impressive. This will really kind of come out of the texture work. It's a scallop. Scallop. Vin, I'm going to find you and molest you. How about that, Vin? How about I find you and do horrible, horrible things to you mentally? Josh deleted his Twitter hype. Cleffer Notes is amazing. His Breath of the Wild stuff is fantastic. Cleffer Notes is amazing. You are an impressive model. Thank you. Do you like this piece of crap I made here? This is pretty impressive, if you do ask me. Do a JonTron voice right now. I don't even remember what JonTron sounds like. JonTron's amazing, though. I don't really... I've never tried a JonTron voice. No, I try to do... I really wish I could do Plankton. See, I'm trying to do Plankton because I'm doing a seashell. But I can't do Plankton very well, and every one of you sons of bitches always says, was that supposed to be Homer? So apparently my Plankton just sounds like a sort of evil, delinquent Homer.
Hear me loud and clear, crabs. That Krabby Patty's secret formula will be mine!
See, I can't get the Plankton going, and it's the biggest downfall of my life. Team 17 killed Platonic. Send me pictures. I want to see their dead corpse. Their dead corpses. Corpses. Hey, Josh, hope everything was okay. Huh? Plankton, Filbert, Turtle, Edward from Camp Lazio.
Mr. Lawrence.
Mr. Lawrence is amazing. He's one of my favorites. He's fantastic. The guy, I don't even know how old he is, but he looks like he's in his 20s. But he can't be in his 20s, because then he would have been like 2 years old when he did Filbert's voice. So I don't know. That man doesn't age. Didn't your last make-believe video get claimed by Nintendo? Is this worth it? If Nintendo claims this one, I'm going to fuck Reggie up the ass. And remember where you heard that first. So when you see it on the news, and you see me getting arrested for molesting Reggie, you can say, wow, we were there when he said he was going to do it.
I warned you, Reggie. I said if you claimed my video, I was gonna fuck you in the ass.
My voice cracked there. It wasn't anything like what it should have been. Yeah, I don't even make an attempt to make these streams PG anymore, do I? I don't know. Okay, so that's that. That's obviously gonna come down to the texture. So we're just gonna scooch that shell out of the way. That shell is yesterday's news. Now we're going to do some coral, actually. And by the way, spoiler alert, these are Animal Crossing shells. Just going to throw that right out there. I'm
actually using this as a guide.
So we're going to do... We're going to do these clumps of coral. Coraline. See what I did there, you guys? It was a joke. I made a funny gag. I said Coraline instead of Caroline. That's a movie. So this is a render I did earlier of the new beach setting that I'm working on. Looks pretty sexy. The ocean waves on the bottom there are just temporary. Ignore those. I did add more detail to this scene, but I think it's coming along.
It's coming along.
It's coming along the mountain. Here, I'll give you another little taste, you bunch of delinquents. Well, where is it? Where the hell is it? Here's another shot. Another shot of the whip, the work in progress, or as I like to call it, the whip, because I'm fancy like that. But yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty damn amazing to have a beach, you know? To have a nice beach where you can do stuff on. I added, eagle-eyed viewers will see there's a new public works project over here. It's a sandcastle!
I'll be darned. I could live in that.
Is there anything else new in here? Oh, I added some... Oh, you can't... I don't know how well you can see it. This is going to get very blurry. But I put barnacles on the post there for some added detail. I hate barnacles in real life. They are disgusting. There's nothing about the ocean I think is bad, but barnacles are disgusting. They're like weird little shells that like grow on the... They're terrible. Oh, I also added a pond up here. There's a pond up here that wasn't there before. Brought in that public works project of the giant mushrooms. I've also, I don't know if you delinquents noticed, because you never notice anything that I do because you don't love me. I improved the lighting in this scene since the preview last June. Now I know what you're thinking. Why is it so dark in the shore shanty? That looks like shit. Don't worry about it. I'm going to fix that, okay? So ignore how dark it looks in there, and ignore the fact that there's not a fish in this tank, okay? I'm changing that. I'm also changing the placemats, not placemats, what would you call those? Just the doormats. I'm changing these to look a little better. So don't you dare tell me.
Don't sass me.
I thought it was for the battle course for Mario Sunshine. No, I've decided to put this episode before the Mario Sunshine one. I don't know when this is going to air. I don't know when this is going to go up. I don't know why I said air, like it's some sort of a television network. Although actually, the way YouTube is going, it will just be TV eventually. It'll just be recaps of idiot talk show hosts and clips from TV shows and music videos. Ugh. Would I molest Plankton? No, I have too much respect for him. SpongeBob, I would. I'm just trying to catch up on your comments. Barnacle hype. The beach towels are a nice touch. I wonder how much Josh hates RWBY. I don't know who that is, Sonic Master. Sonic Master, I believe I responded to one of your comments once on YouTube because I remember saying, I don't think you're a real Sonic Master. Sandcastle hype? Whip reminds me of accounting. What?
Pokemon Sun and Moon already has a Trump-looking creature.
Oh, I like the sandcastle. You guys like minions? Get out right now. Get out. Go. Go. Everybody hiss at Max Grassy. No, wait. He's not the one who said it. Hiss at him anyways. Everybody also hiss at Frantic Unicorn 8. Talking about minions.
Who the hell do you think you are? Coming into my chat?
Talking about minions? Ugh. I want to eat Josh's ass. Wow. That's quite a thing there. Oh yeah, we're playing Animal Crossing. Oh, just a picture. You know what I played today, you guys? Guys! Guess what I played today. Guess what I played. Too late. I'm not even going to look at the answers. I played Superb Smoosh Brothers on the Nintendo Third Dimension system. And I hadn't played it in a long time. And it's pretty good. And brace yourself, you little cucks, because I actually like it on the 3DS more than on the Wii U. And I know you're all going to be like, this man is crazy. This man is unbelievably sexy, the greatest YouTuber in the world, but he's crazy because he likes 3DS Smash Brothers more than the Wii U. But actually, I do. It's just, I don't know. I think the levels are more interesting. I like the extra modes more. It's just better. It's better. It feels fresh. It feels new. Whereas the Wii U one just feels like, oh, it's Smash Brothers Brawl, but slightly cleaner because it's in HD and more vibrant. It just seemed too close to Smash Brothers Brawl to me. And I really liked the idea of customizing moves. But it seems like they downplayed it just so they wouldn't upset the tournament players or like whatever you call them, competitive players. But with me, I wanted them to do. I thought it was going to be like Mario would have totally different B moves, totally different A moves and stuff. But it's just like, oh, Mario's fireballs can be bigger. Mario's fireballs can be slightly smaller but faster. I thought it was going to be like totally different moves. But it wasn't totally different moves. Sakurai, you lazy sack of garbage. Getting hot now. I gotta take off my hoodie. It's hot. Can you react to Obi-Wan plays? Yeah, let me drink some bleach first. Alright, let's get to work, you bunch of cretins! At this rate, make-believe will be exactly that. Just make-believe, because you guys are ruining the progress! Oh, by the way, I've recently become obsessed with buying these little blind bag figures for Mad Balls. I don't know, a lot of you are too goddamn young to know what Mad Balls are. You're all a bunch of baby losers. But Mad Balls were these toys in the 80s, and they're just like this ball, but it's like this really detailed, gross thing, like a monster with snakes for hair, or like a big throbbing eyeball, or like a football player with its brain coming through the helmet and stuff. And they're absolutely amazing, and they re-released these like vinyl figures for them in blind boxes, and I saw them at Target, and I bought one, and I was like, oh, all right, if it's a stupid one, I won't get any more, but if it's cool, I'll go and get some more. And so I got a really cool one, and then I'm like, well, I'm going to go get two more. And actually, I was going to go back tonight and get more, but it's too late now. I think they're closed. Actually, I think they close at 11, but I can't go back. But I think I'm going to go back and get more, because if there's one thing I like doing, it's pissing my money away on worthless garbage that I will eventually throw in a yard sale for $0.25. That's right. I love to piss money away so much. I don't know what that was, but you know what? Deal with it. It happened. It happened. We both experienced it. It happened. I was going to actually vlog my day today, by the way. I was going to actually do like a from moment I woke up till night, like just do a vlog to see how boring that would be, but I didn't. I've been doing crunches all day, and I was doing push-ups too. I actually still have to do crunches. I only did half of them, so we still got to get on that. I cannot wait until my body is incredibly great this summer, because I am going to be the sluttiest guy on Instagram. That's right. Plenty of half-nude photos. Plenty of lotioned up photos, poolside. I'm working my butt off just for that. Those Wii Fit videos are going to be amazing. And I'm starving myself and doing nothing but working out and eating gross protein stuff just so it'll be a reality.
So brace yourself. Brace your genitals, whichever you have, because they're going to be moist when I get through with them. Unless, of course, you're under the age of 18, in which case, keep your genitals away from me.
I hate summer, but that's just me. Oh, you... God! Who the... Yeah! Who hates summer? What kind of a delinquent? What kind of a moron? What kind of a waste of life? Hates summer! Those Wii Fit videos will turn me gay. Yeah, well, that's the goal. That's my plan. My plan is to turn everybody gay so that Hillary Clinton has to actually admit that she hates gay people. She'll be surrounded by so many of them, she'll finally snap and admit how much she hates homosexuals. And I'll say, aha! I caught you, Hillary. And she'll say, oh, you got me, Josh. Oh, I guess it's back to prison with me. And I'll say, all in a day's work, you old anti-gay hag. And then I'll turn around, and then there'll just be tons of gay people chasing me, and I'll say, no, da. And then they'll do that little, they'll do the swipe in cartoon shows where like they close it into a ball, like a circle, and then it's just boop. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but what else is new? Winter, spring, fall, summer. Winter is the worst, except for around Christmas. I'm okay with winter until Christmas. I live in Florida. We have no seasons. This is true. Mariah. What is that? Maria or Mariah? I don't know. Mariah? I'll say Mariah. I've lived in Florida in the winter, January through the end of April. And it's fantastic. I love Florida nights when I can go to like the theme parks and have a jacket on. It's amazing. It's really something special to wear a jacket in Florida. Because it's like, I don't know, it just feels cooler. Like it's like, it's a cool night. Better get my jacket on. Oh, and I'm in Florida, so it's even more rare. And I'm at City Walk at Universal hanging out with friends. Wow. It's so cool.
I want Zero Suit Samus porn magazines. Ooh. You and me both. Nothing wrong with a big shiny booty, am I right?
Favorite bands? Headbands? Hi from Australia. G'day, mate. Or you're a girl, I think. Chicky McDucky sounds like it's a girl. G'day, mattress.
Big anime titties. I don't know what that's about. How about Zero Suit Joshy at C2E2?
I don't think I'm gonna actually attend. Because I stupidly got involved with remodeling my basement. And that's essentially what I do every day. For the last, 4 or 5 days. And working on the Fold set. So there will be a new set for the Fold. Honestly, I think the Fold will be the only thing that survives from the BitBlock. Everything else is going to be totally original content. And the discussions. Just because those are easy. So yeah. Changing the name of the Fold too, by the way. It's going to be called, this is the temporary name. It's not final. But it might be called Nintendo Hangout. So it'll be like Nintendo Hangout, Super Mario Odyssey, Nintendo Hangout. I think I need to ditch the name The Fold, because when people hear The Fold, they say,
what is this? I'm 97 years old, and I don't know what The Fold is referring to. Is this some sort of an origami tutorial? Where's my dentures? Oh, that's right, I accidentally shoved them into my eye socket so I could eat my own eyeballs. Oh, what's this? Nintendo Hangout? Well, I know what that is. It's got Nintendo in the title, and it says Hangout, so it's probably going to be hanging out with Nintendo things.
that was essentially the research that I did. And apparently a lot of old people didn't understand it. So I was like, well, crap. Old people are basically the demographic I'm going after. So I'm thinking of changing it to Nintendo Hangout. Something around those lines. Because nobody knows what the hell the Fold means. Oh, let's go watch an internet video. Oh, let's watch the Fold. But I don't know what that means. There are already wasps nesting on my doorstep. Well, you know what, Max Grassi? I gotta say it. I think you must keep your doorstep in a state of disarray. Perhaps if you kept your doorstep cleaner, wasps would not be inclined to build their homes there. Josh, want to hear a pun? Sure, let's hear a pun. Josh, could you do a vlog where you reveal your bumper? What's my bumper? I need to know what it is before I can reveal it. Have you done voiceover work? I have. One of them was for Hustler, in which I did Homer Simpson's voice.
Ooh, I think The Fold is a fine name. If you have a name of the Fold if you have a name of the game after The Fold, then someone should be pretty obvious that, I stopped reading. Ooh, hey, look at that, it's my old boss. Globex Mimi Factory. Mimis.
What is this? We need to replace Josh with Nick. Hashtag the Nick block. All right. I can just go retire on a golf course somewhere. Why did Adele cross the road to say hello from the other side?
Ugh. Oh, God. That was a terrible joke.
Actually, it's not filth that attracts wasps and bees. It's lack of human presence. They pick spots that seem unused. Well, start using your porch more then. All right. That's enough out of you. That's enough out of all of you. I need to start making this. What should I feel like this should be a... This seems like it should be a box that I use a mesh smooth. It's snowing where you live. Good Lord. Oh, God. Move. Where the hell do you live? Canada? Well, that didn't do anything. What is this? What is realistic? Shaded, consistent color. Who would win in a fight chat? Me or Josh? In a fight chat? I don't know. Me. I'm guessing me. The fact that you're asking a stupid question like that makes me believe that your intellect and physical prowess is very weak. So I think I would win in both. And you're a cat, and your name is Rover. So I'm well familiar with your nonsense, Rover. So I could easily destroy you. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 was a registered 6 offender. Super Hornio Brothers Make Believe. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Ho-ho! I do it.
Favorite... I don't know why, but this question made me giggle just reading it. Favorite black person? I don't know. Let's see. George Jefferson. As in from The Jeffersons, the TV show. You know, he's married to Wheezy. He's probably my favorite black person. When are you turning your style channel into an all-in-one Josh Thomas channel? I've already done that. I just haven't uploaded anything else. I know that I'm going to do a vlog on May 1st because that's the first day that I celebrate summertime, so I'm going to just have fun vlogging what I do that day. Meet me on the train. Josh will settle this. Rover, I'm going to tie you to the back of the train. My opinion on Next Level Games is that they don't know what the hell they're doing with themselves. They don't get the Nintendo quality, you know what I mean? They don't know how to design something to look like it belongs in like a Nintendo, like Luigi's Mansion. The mansion sucked ass, the ghosts were absolutely terrible. Super Mario Strikers, why are they all wearing a bunch of space armor and why are they all acting like a bunch of maniacs like they're trying to be hardcore? Punch-Out! They did that right. They did Punch-Out right. Punch-Out is very lifeless aside from the characters. Like if I made Punch-Out for the Wii, okay, I'm the creative director on that. I would do everything that they did, but I would have said, hey, why don't we give the boxing rings some visual pizzazz? And so, like, when you fight King Hippo, how about the boxing ring is on the beach at night, and there's, like, a luau going behind it, and we'll have some, like, some tropical lays around the ropes of the boxing ring, and we'll have a beach fire going on in the back and stuff. You know, King Hippo is supposed to be, like, this tropical guy. Why don't you put some personality in the damn rings? Oh, my God, Roth saw these here. I love Roth. Don't tell him I said that, though. I don't want to embarrass myself by admitting that. Where can I find some Nesquik? The grocery store or the Nesquik factory, I would assume, has them. I assume that's somewhere in China. Sell my house and move to Hawaii? That's not on the to-do list. I did get a refund from Ukulele, and actually they really sent it too, which I was amazed. I got like an email from PayPal that they had sent me a refund or something. Is PayPal or my bank or something? And I was like, oh my God, they actually did it. I am streaming late night, Roth. Actually, it's not that late, Roth. It's relatively early compared to when I usually stream. It is Friday night, and all the cool kids are hanging out watching Josh Thomas's shitty stream where he's made a crappy little seashell so far that doesn't have any texture on it. All right, let's start making this piece of coral. This is going to be a little tricky, I think. Maybe not, actually. This looks like it's going to be incredibly stupidly easy. How much are tickets to the Nesquik factory? I don't know. I've never gotten any. You got to win them. You get a little golden ticket in a can of Nesquik. What is Nesquik exactly? It's just chocolate powder that you put in milk. So why not just get like syrup? I don't want to see what the Oompa Loompas look like at the Nesquik factory. My opinions on Mr. Miyamoto's recent decisions. Danmo is live as well on Twitch. What is he playing, Roth? Nesquik sounds like a crappy NES emulator. Nesquik is a good way of describing NES Remix. Ooh, I do declare. Spooky, scary skeletons is making me giggle. Does the ad boycott affect you hard? Maybe a little. It hasn't been I don't really do anything that's considered controversial. Well, unless you ask Nintendo. According to Nintendo, I'm literally Hitler. But according to YouTube, nothing about this channel is risky business. Josh, are you related to birds? No, I'm related to sharks. That's why I have two dicks. What software do I use for streaming? I use OBS, which stands for, I think, Open Broadcast Software. Whistle Bubblegum KK. I don't remember what that is. Have you touched your Wii U since you bought the Switch? Yeah, I've actually been using the Wii U more than the Switch lately. The Switch is starting to get dust on it. So I threw it in the garbage, because I'm not going to have some dusty pile of crap in my house.
And it's all sticky now. It's got ketchup and banana juice on it. Ugh.
Is your brother the singer of Matchbox 20? Yes. No, actually, it's my grandma. My grandma. I don't know why that's making me giggle. My well, you get what I was gonna say. My grandma's the singer from Matchbox 20. It says you played the Switch 4 days ago. There you go. It's been 4 days then, Abe. And that was just to play the demo for Puyo Puyo. I'm so cheap. I won't even buy the full game. We're just playing the demo for Puyo Puyo on the Switch. Me and Nick are just playing the demo. I feel like there's no reason to buy it. The demo doesn't run out. I can play it with as many players as I want. So why in the world would I ever buy it? If they would have just priced it at $20, I would have bought Puyo Puyo. But like, girl, where the hell do you think you going pricing that game at $40? $30 if you buy it digitally. But I ain't going to buy it digitally. I want to pay $20 for that thing. It ain't worth no more than $20, that Puyo Puyo Tetris. It's a fun game, but I ain't paying no $30 for it. I could buy myself Snake Pass for $20. I could buy myself Fast Star MX for $20. Snipper Clips for $20. I ain't gonna be paying no $30 for no puzzle game.
I want your soul, Josh. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, Imhotep is in the chat right now. Imhotep is trying to steal my soul. Little does he know, I already sold it to Marc Jacobs so I can get that pair of shoes that I wanted. Josh, you make a fine, sassy black woman. Well, you know what? When I was born, the doctor slapped me in the ass, and then he handed me to my parents and said, he's going to make a fine, sassy black woman someday. And then they threw me in the dumpster, and then I crawled out of the dumpster and found my way home. And I spent a good 7 years outside surviving on rainwater and pebbles. Not the cereal, actual pebbles. That's why my teeth are so chiseled to find sharp teeth things. Hi. To do with Down syndrome, to build a gun airplane, I will have to build a I have the constitutional, the even. I just used autocorrect. Oh, good Lord, what the hell did I just read? There was this teacher at my school who got fired because he put the video Kermit Sings Hurt on the projector by accident. I don't know what that means. I know who Kermit is, and I know what singing is, but I don't know what that's referring to. Ugh. Jam is excitement. Ooh, jam. Jam is adventure. Ooh, jam. Fashion and glitter. Something and something. Ooh, it's truly outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. I hope all your family comes in now because you're listening to something really weird on the computer. And they're like, what are you doing with your time? It's Friday. Why won't you go out with your friends? What are you listening to on that computer? Why won't you let us help you? Stop watching that BitBlock guy. Nintendo said he's not appropriate. Can I cook? Is that you trying to invite yourself over for a romantic meal? You think I can't see? I play 4D chess. I play these mind games too. I see where you were going with that. You thought you were 12 steps ahead of me. Josh, can you hook me up with a Switch? No, I'm trying to find one for Nick. I promised that I would buy Nick a Switch before Mario Kart comes out, and I've only got a week. All of a sudden, I hear a live cover of the Gem theme song. Roth, that was, I have them living with me right now. They moved in because they're down on their luck. And sometimes they just periodically start singing the theme song. I think they're a little, touched in the head, but I don't really ask them about it. Josh, I met my friend's family for the first time today, and her brother was talking about, "We are number one" memes, and I had him watch your Waluigi one, and he loved it. I had a great first impression. There you go. That's what I'm here for. If you want to be a villain number one, you have to watch the BitBlock now. I can't think of a rhyme fast enough for that. I'm not being paid enough to think of rhymes very fast. Did I see the shitty 2015 Gem movie? No, but I know what it was, and I'm shocked that they didn't go for the whole 80s thing. Like, why didn't they just make it super, super 80s? Instead, they try to make it this boring, lifeless, modern thing. My favorite Jewish person, this is easy, actually. I actually don't like Seth Rogen. I kind of hate Seth Rogen. I would say Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks should be everybody's favorite Jewish person, and I really want him to make a sequel to Spaceballs because he's teasing us. He keeps talking about a sequel to Spaceballs, and he's talking about they might do it. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here thinking, Mel, you're as old as a fossil. There are genuinely some woolly mammoth fossils in museums that are younger than you. So if you're going to do it now. Give us a Spaceballs sequel, because literally, I think you're more dead than alive. I love you, but you're almost gone, so get to work. Don't give me any of this, we might do it. We might do it. What? Go, Mel, go.
I'll see what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe we'll do it next year. I don't know. Mel, go tomorrow and do it. Every breath could be your last, sir. Josh, what camera do you use to film? I use my phone. We used to use a Canon camera, Canon XA10. We had 2 of those. I got rid of them because it was easier to just use my phone, and I wanted to get a better camera. See, I bought 2 cameras with these. Get this. You guys want to hear a fun joke? I bought 2 of the same cameras because I felt like, oh, we're going to need a second camera so that we can film the gamepad screen when we play all these great Wii U games on the Fold. I was very naive. I didn't know what kind of a dark future we had ahead of us. I didn't know the gamepad would never be used, and there was no point in owning 2 cameras to film the gamepad screen on the Fold.
Give me your soul.
You know, I'm really getting a little worried by how much you want my soul. I deleted my Twitter because I have no business being on Twitter. I don't want it. It's distracting from work. I hate it. I'm still on Instagram and I'm on Twitter, but it's my style account where I just post about clothing. And that's called what is it called? Daily JT Style. Daily JT Style. That's right. For a small fee of $19.99 a month, you too can follow me on Twitter. And you might be thinking to yourself, let's go ahead and go to the Twitter. Let's see what's going on the Twitter. See, here it is. Daily JT Style. It's just me posting pictures of clothing. Oh, wait. What's this? Is this a picture of my butt in skin-tight, shiny latex? Well, yes. I do believe it is. How you doing, ladies? You can spank and bite and pinch that ass all you want. Go ahead and do it to your screen right now. But yeah, this is the only Twitter I have now. It's just style-related stuff. So if that's what you're into, feel free to follow it. Airwalk, would you re-release these already? I want them. I want new ones. I want to be able to buy 10 pairs of these. See, these are from 1994. So I can't really wear them because the plastic sometimes will start to crack. But only sometimes. But I don't want to risk it and then ruin them. So I need new ones of those. Airwalk, you bunch of garbage. Hey, I retweeted this because ladies, all the ladies in the chat, all my ladies in the chat room. Sounds like a Beyonce song. Sounds garbage enough to be Beyonce. Ladies in the chat, these pants are Joshy approved. So, some fashion advice for you there. But yeah, that's my Twitter. What are these 3 notifications? What is going on in this Twitter, says Swimmelodian. So you won't make Nintendo-related tweets again? No! No, I will not! Alright, anyways, that's that. I ordered these today, by the way. These Marc Jacobs shoes. I like them a lot. They're pretty cool. Pretty sexy. Look at this. See? 60% off. They're originally $440. I got them for $175. Never pay full price for anything. Wait until it goes on sale. But then they might not have it in your size anymore. So you might be saying to yourself, oy vey, I lost the deal of a lifetime because I was too cheap to buy them. But then you remind yourself, they're almost $200 shoes. You're not being cheap at all. You're being ridiculous. They're already overpriced. Oh my God. Somebody sure isn't saving for retirement. I'll tell you that right now. Holy lordy. Oh my God. My grandson Josh Thomas, he spends so much of his money on these sneakers. That's my Jewish grandfather that I don't have. But anyways, let's get back to work. I've done fuck all, as the British would say. See, I watch a lot of British YouTubers, so I'm learning the language. I've done fuck all. My shoe size is, it's weird, because with Marc Jacobs shoes run like 2 sizes large. So an 8 in Marc Jacobs is like a 10 in Adidas. So I wear about a 9.5 to a 10 in Adidas. But in Marc Jacobs, I'll wear like an 8. So it differs. GM Cube, that is my boy right there.
How do you know what size to buy? I know some brands I wear one size and another. Yeah, so yeah, like I just said, Marc Jacobs is especially weird. Like I said, it's like at least 2 sizes bigger than what it would be. So like in Marc Jacobs, I have a pair of shoes of Marc Jacobs that are a 7, and they fit like a 9.5 in Adidas. So it's difficult. It's very difficult. But Adidas, I wear like 9.5 to 10. Usually a 10, I'd get. All right, we've done a crappy little seashell. So basically, this will get me 100,000 views, right? You guys would watch a video about a non-textured, crappy-looking seashell, right? That's all I got to do. All right, we got to make this coral. I know I've said that before. Let's see. Should I do a cylinder? Like, how should I do this piece of coral? It's all... Or a box? Maybe do a box and then... mesh smooth. I'm going to do a cylinder. All right. Should I start archiving these garbage streams on the channel, by the way? Because like I said, I'm focusing a lot of my time on working on projects that are not typical video game coverage, and so those take a little bit more time to do. But I do generally have the time to do like an hour stream somewhat frequently, and so maybe I should just upload these streams and see if people care to watch them later. I don't know. I feel like for liability reasons, these things shouldn't be documented. A lot of you are saying, yes, is the Jaws ride even that good? It's even better than that good. It's the greatest. It's the best and the only scenic cruise here on the island. My name is Josh, and I'm going to be your skipper today as we visit, get this, guys, the actual spots where all the way back in 1974, that bad old shark Jaws devoured all those poor innocent islanders. Over on your port side, that's the home of our very own Chief of Police, Martin Brody. Whoa, Brody really did blow up that shark back in the day, and he became a legend in his time. Roy Scheider played him in the movie. How many of you have seen the movie Jaws? That's a little bit of the skipper spiel for you there. That's right. Just in case that Jaws ride comes back, and it's literally the exact same thing that it used to be, I am ready to audition. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. All right, let's see here. Josh, let's rebuild the Jaws ride together. I agree. Who is Skipper Jocelyn? Skipper Jocelyn is an ex-lover of mine and future lover of mine as well. Let's be honest with ourselves. All right, so this kind of branches. Why is coral so damn hard? My thoughts on Space Mountain is better. Like hell, Space Mountain is better than the Jaws ride. What kind of garbage are you bringing into this chat? The Jaws ride was great because it had real props, real sets. You actually had to move through real things. Real fire, real explosion. Yeah, this is true, Swimelodian. I'm really worried about Nintendo at Universal, by the way, because everything we've seen from Nintendo's, what do you call them? Why, I know what it's called. I'm just blanking. When they file the trademark things, where they have a little sketch and they're like trademarking the ideas for rides and stuff. The patents. They all look like garbage. All of the patents for the Mario Kart ride at Universal seem to very, very heavily use screens. Screens on the wall, screens on the ceiling, screens all around you. That Mario Kart ride is going to be garbage. I will be so shocked if Universal has not learned their lesson yet. Because tons of people say, oh my God, there are too many simulator rides here. Stop doing simulator rides. Everything they do is a simulator ride. So I can't imagine that anybody could be so damn thick in the head that they wouldn't be like, all right, we've gotten away with enough of them. Let's make a real ride. Let's make something with, real animatronics, real lights, real smoke, real fire. My God. So if it ends up being screens, I'm ripping it down. I will rip it all down, and I'll say, no, make it again, and do it right. Genuinely, there hasn't been a ride at Universal in like a decade that has not been screens. I have plenty of screens, and I can watch screens at home. If I want to look at a 3D screen, I can go to the movie theater. But Josh, the movie theater doesn't move around the screen. It does if you got two people making out behind you, kicking your seat. That was pretty good, right? That wasn't a bad joke. That was a pretty decent joke there. I just thought of off the top of my head. All right, this is just an inanimate rod. What is it? Yeah, I'm still trying to do the choral. I've been saying that for the last 30 minutes. 4D cinema already exists. That's pretty cool. And that's great. You know why that's great? Because it means that Universal is that much more pathetic. Because you can just go to a 4D theater. I've never seen them myself, but I'll take your word for it. Because I'm very simple-minded and I don't like to think for myself, so I'll just agree with you. I'll just assume you did the work for me. When Roger and I go back to Universal this July, if Universal's prop shop still has the Jaws ride stuff, I'm gonna buy one of them. I didn't last year because they're like $1,500. Yeah, that's right, 1,500 simoleons. So I was like, I probably shouldn't because I'm going to blow a lot of money at the Haunted Mansion gift shop and everything. But this year I'm coming prepared. If they're still there, that's a sign from Jesus himself that I need to buy that giant 8-foot mermaid statue that used to be in Quint's Boathouse. And it's none of your business what I do with it. If I want to fillet it, I can fillet it all I want. I spent that's more money than I've spent on a real woman, I think. If there's one thing ladies like, it's to walk into a guy's house and see an 8-foot mermaid statue from a destroyed theme park attraction. It impresses them like crazy. Might be going to Universal in September. The last time I went was like 2010. Anything to look forward to? Well, there's definitely a lot of different stuff since 2010. Me personally, I think the park was better in 2010. It had the Jaws ride, had Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast. Now it's got Minions and more Harry Potter. There's a Jimmy Fallon ride for some reason. It's a late night show ride. I think in Universal, my favorite rides would be Men in Black, followed by The Simpsons. These are in no particular order. I like The Mummy. It's a roller coaster. It's an indoor roller coaster. Brendan Fraser gets killed in it at the end. I like Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. Roger was too afraid to go on that, by the way. I want to point that out. I wanted to go on Rip Ride Rocket, the roller coaster with Roger, and he was too afraid to go on it because you start by going straight up, and he said no. So this year, I'm definitely making him. Men in Black is like a good version of Toy Story Mania. I'm not really too keen on Toy Story Mania because it's just like, oh, we're playing a bunch of crummy mini games from a video game, but it's in 3D and it's on a wall and we're like moving around. It's just, I don't know. I think it's a bit overrated. I love Toy Story, but I just have never been super fond of Toy Story Mania. Fun fact, if I didn't take so when I was originally in Florida, like the first time I moved out there, I went to Disney and I like The Mummy. It can get pretty hot though. There's one scene in particular where it gets really hot. It's right before it's right during the fire on the ceiling, which is pretty amazing. I love the smell of the Mummy ride because it's the closest to the smell of the Jaws ride that they have at the park anymore. The smell of burning fuel. Poseidon Adventure. Paul, I'm still sad that show is not a meme yet. I have a feeling if somebody revealed the Poseidon show at Islands of Adventure to the internet, it would be a meme because that acting is fantastically horrible during that end scene. I hear they got rid of Pizza Planet. Kind of bummed about that. I think they should redo it, but do it right this time. So they did get rid of Pizza Planet at Hollywood Studios. It's now a Muppet-themed restaurant. It's a Rizzo the Rat-themed restaurant. And it's not particularly good. I was actually excited when I found out there was going to be a Muppet-themed restaurant, but it's not themed all that well, which is something you could probably say about the original Pizza Planet restaurant, too. So I don't know. But yeah, Pizza Planet is gone. I'm assuming that there's a very good chance that Pizza Planet will be a restaurant in the new Toy Story Land that opens in like 2020. When does that open? 2020? GM Cube, you're the Toy Story man. You should know this. I know that 2019 is Star Wars. This year is Avatar. Avatar opens next month, actually. So unless it's 2018 for Toy Story, then I would assume it is 2020. When does Toy Story 4 come out? 2019? Seems like that would be the year to open the theme park. My opinion on Rareware. I really like Donkey Kong Country, the first one. Sequel was okay. Third one was I didn't even care by that point. And that's about the only games that I've cared about from Rare. Yeah, from what I recall, the Pizza Planet restaurant at Hollywood Studios was not really like a good representation of what you would want it to be. It seemed like it was kind of half-hearted, wasn't really done, wasn't themed incredibly well. So hopefully if they do it again, they'll get it way more on point. My opinions on ass to mouth. What a thing to ask. Against it. Have I played Battle for Bikini Bottom? If not, then I'm missing out. No, but I've played the Wii driving game, the SpongeBob driving game on the Wii. And from what I can ascertain, it's pretty terrible. I don't know why I bought it. I bought it because I was like, I'm going to get a Nickelodeon game. And SpongeBob was there. And it's SpongeBob Mario Kart? Is that what this is? Is this SpongeBob Mario Kart? And then I got it and I was like, whoa. This ain't SpongeBob Mario Kart. This is SpongeBob meets Hello Kitty Racing.
All right, let's get some work done here, you pathetic invalids.
Josh, you find a magic genie who will give you... I want the Jaws ride back. All right, I guess I'll read the rest. You find a magic genie who will either grant you 5 wishes or bring back the Jaws ride. Well, that's a stupid question because I would say, okay, for my first wish, I want you to bring back the Jaws ride. And then I'd have 4 more wishes. For my second wish, I want you to make it so that Harry Potter never happened. For my third wish, I want you to make it so that the Jaws ride is insanely popular and makes tons of money to where it'll never go away. For my next wish, I want to have any shoes that I want at any time. I just have to think of them or see them on the computer, and I just get them instantly. And then for my 5th wish, I'm going to set the genie free. Which is not actually me setting the genie free. It's just a euphemism for taking off my pants and pulling my penis out. So that would be a little prank I would play on him. And then he'd be like, oh my God, I thought you were freeing me. And I was like, no, I'm just freeing my genie. And then I'd be like, no, just kidding, you're free, just kidding. Go. My Switch randomly turned off. Yeah, it'll do that. My Switch freezes a lot. I think I have a Canadian Switch. It's always freezing. Toy Story 2 and WALL-E are the best Pixar movies. Incorrect. You forgot A Bug's Life. I would say I like A Bug's Life more than Toy... I don't know why so many people are crazy about Toy Story 2. I like it, but people are like, oh my god, it was the greatest movie ever. Wait a minute. Hold the phone. I just realized Toy Story 2 is the one where Woody finds out that there's the whole, like, Roundup gang, right? That's not Toy Story 3. Right, okay. No, actually, Toy Story 2 is really good. Never mind. Thoughts on Tangled? I like it. I'd say get Link Between Worlds before Twilight Princess HD. Link Between Worlds is pretty cool. GM Cube, be honest, your favorite Pixar film is Cars 2. You can't get enough of that Larry the Cable Guy humor. Get her done. What does get her done mean, by the way? What does that even mean? Get her done. Okay. Get her done is what I say to Nintendo and Universal when it comes to making their damn theme park. What did this do? Did this not do anything? What is this?
I'm trying to make a piece of coral.
I'm getting the impression that this should be boxed. This would have been done by now if I didn't live stream this, by the way. I would have been done with this. So anyways, like I was saying, I keep buying these stupid Madball vinyl figures. Madballs. And I've got 3 of them so far. One of them is a giant eyeball. I already said which ones I had. Never mind. What am I thinking? But I want to go back and get more. I want more. They're really cool. They're very well painted. Actually, they're exceptionally well painted. I'm waiting for Boglins to make a return. I know they've done some new Boglin things, but I haven't seen anything in stores. I want to see it in stores. I don't want to have to order online. It's more fun to go, oh, this is way too many polygons for this. What am I doing? It's more fun to see stuff in a store and buy it than getting it online. Because ordering it online, I feel like it's a genuine effort that I can't really be bothered with. How is that not the height? Gab, what? That's not right. If you had a 3D printer, what would be the first thing you'd print? Good question. This crappy seashell. No. Actually, you know what I would do? I'd probably 3D print a lot of those Smash Brothers trophies, because there are websites that have all the models uploaded, like modelsresource.com. Well, actually, technically, it's models-resource.com, or dash resource, whatever it is. But I would download all those, and then I would start making real-life versions of the Smash Brothers trophies that you can collect in the game. No, Zootopia is not Pixar. That's Disney Animation. All right, let's see. Just GM Cube, you can just add a bunch of random ugly clear plastic to them so that they stand up like Nintendo does to Amiibo. I can't believe there are still Amiibo where Nintendo is doing that. Some of the new ones they announced recently have the clear plastic on them. Find a copy of Battle of Bikini Bottom and play it. If not, you're missing out big time. You told me that already. Don't tell me what I'm missing out on. I know what I'm missing out on. Everything. Life. I'm modeling a piece of coral, for God's sakes, on a Friday night. You think I'm not aware of life going by me? I'm well aware of what I'm missing out on. Do fish, you think, how do we know if there really isn't a crusty crab and a bikini bottom? You know, does anybody go down there and look? I don't think anybody really goes to look because we just assume it's not there. But I'm willing to bet. There probably is. Alright. Let's put a turbo smooth on this. Turbo smooth. Alright. Immediately I'm starting to realize some of the folly of this design here. I've had it up to here with this turbo, man. Does anybody remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? Anybody remember him? He was a guy. He did things. He said some stuff. Pretty sure he said some stuff. It's a Y. Y for your underpants. Roger is obsessed with Hello Kitty. I had to pry him out of the Hello Kitty gift shop at Universal. It was embarrassing. He bought so many Hello Kitty things. And I was just like, oh my god, what is he doing? He loves the Hello Kitty a bit too much. Howell Goes It says, I hate overly buff guys. Yeah, me too. That's why I'm going for lean muscular. Lean muscular is incredibly sexy. Can't get enough of that lean muscular body. Which, by the way, for those of you who are going to be auditioning to play the role of Peter Pan at Disney parks, the job description says lean muscular body for Peter Pan. No fatties, no overly muscular. Lean. Gotta be lean. I hope I die before I get old. You know what I mean? Who needs that? Just let me die before I get old. GM Cube, you weigh 115 pounds. How tall are you? That's pretty skinny. Look at this, guys. It's a Y and it's dancing. It's fun to stay at the... Why does this look like crap? It's fun to stay at the... This might not have been done correctly.
This has way too many polygons.
5'7". So Jim Cube, you are the same height as me, but you weigh about 25 pounds less than me. Wait a minute. I weigh 108 pounds. I'm like 5'10", but I have 0 muscle and 0 fat. Spooky Scary Skeletons, you are genuinely way too skinny. That's not possible. You're nearly 6 feet tall, and you barely weigh in 3 digits numbers. That seems very unhealthy. Do we need to have an intervention right here, right now? Why are you doing this to yourself? What is it?
I'm making a piece of coral. Will the girls date me now if I make nice coral?
No, they won't. You're a hideous creature. Nobody's impressed with your coral. It's not even done well. It's way too many polygons to be logical.
But Dad, I made it for you.
I'll never love you, son. Not until you know how to properly make coral.
But Dad!
This is an actual conversation I've had with my father. So that is, whoa, wait a minute, hold the phone. Kind of, sort of, maybe. I think it can be, actually, I know what I need to do. I didn't get that up there. Made it a little bit too tall. We want it to be more chibi. I know how you kids like things to be chibi. Everything needs to be chibi. It needs to look like a Funko Pop doll, because that's what you kids like. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a new YouTube channel where I just review Funko Pops. This Funko Pop looks like a big chibi head, and it's got the same body as all the other 20,000. This is the Peter Griffin Funko Pop. He farts and drinks beer and falls down with 2 frames of animation. Leave a like and subscribe if you like Peter Griffin and Family Guy. Can we talk about Jacksepticeye and how in the world people can stand this man? I mean, I don't want it to seem like a personal attack on him, but he might genuinely be the worst thing I've ever listened to. His greeting is the most demonstrative thing I've ever heard. Top of the morning to you! It's just like, oh my God, Jack, please stop. We like you. We approve of you. Take it easy. You can stop with the gimmick. We got it. We understand. You got all of our attention. Just talk normal. Just give us a normal, polite greeting. Some of us have pacemakers and we can't take this excitement. Top of the morning to you. What does he think he is? Scrooge McDuck? Worse than Game Explain? Nothing's worse than Game Explain. It's like he snorts 4 pounds of cocaine before recording. Well, don't we all? Dreamcast Guy takes the cake. Oh my God, I've never heard of this guy. Who's Dreamcast Guy? Is this somebody that'll be entertaining enough for me to look up? He's Irish. He has to be Irish. He has green hair. Are you calling him a liar? What are you saying? He's some sort of a prankster? These are going to look a lot better when they're textured, I promise you. These are also very small. You see them on the beach like that. That was my cute little burp.
Mommy, where do burps come from?
They come from your mouth, son.
No, I mean, really, where do they come from?
Well, when a mummy burp and a papa burp love each other very much, they get together and they have hardcore burp sex.
And then a cute little burp, a little baby burp comes out of your mouth.
I don't want to burp ever again, Mom. I'm terrified. Good. That's what a mother's for. Somebody in the chat says,
Anal stimulation!
at least he admits his YouTube persona isn't real. Who admits that? Who says their YouTube persona isn't real? Jacksepticeye? No, I do not have any vocal training. Just 30 years of watching cartoons. My opinion on Parappa the Rapper is that rap is not real music. But I've never played that game. Seems cute enough. Seems like something that I would probably approve of. I have no idea how it's a game. Is it like DDR? Is it like Rock Band? Do you have to sing into something? Do you have to do a somersault? What do you got to do? Josh, I think I might have pee-pee bumps. Oh my god. That's you know what? That's too much information. Does anybody in this chat watch Mystery Science Theater? Because I recently got into watching Mystery Science Theater on Netflix. And they've got new episodes. My opinions on Melanie Martinez? Yeah, actually, I've got opinions on Melanie Martinez. She's stealing my whole diaper shtick. She's stealing my fashion. I did that for like 3 Halloweens in a row. And Lord knows I'll do it again this Halloween. And then all of a sudden, Melanie Martinez is trying to make the whole diaper thing fashionable. Sorry, Melanie, I beat you to the punch. Stop trying to steal my ideas. Some people in here saying they watch the Mystery Science Theater. It's got what's-her-name in it. And what's his name? The one guy that looks like he's 14 years old, but also looks like he's 90 years old at the same time. What's his name? He's very short. He looks, I don't know, sick, but probably isn't sick, so I can say that he looks sick without it seeming offensive. And what's her name? The one that was in the Do You Want to Date My Avatar song. That's how I know her. Is her name Alicia? Alyssa? Alicia? Allison? Dolores? Patton Oswalt. There you go. So it's got him. Somebody says, I do not want to see you in a diaper, Josh. Yeah, right. Why is NeoGaf obsessed with my diaper pics? Because NeoGaf likes to spread fake news lies, and they like to claim that it's something I'm into or something like that. Like they're claiming that it's like a fetish of mine, I'm assuming, when in reality, it's just a bunch of Halloween pictures. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm obsessed with Halloween. You don't even need to know me. Just look at this channel. Look at this channel around Halloween time. And there's tons of pictures of me dressed up like Superman. But they're not trying to say that I'm actually Superman. They're not trying to say I have a Superman fetish, because that's not going to get them as much attention. But to be honest with you, I kind of love it, though. Like, I want them to think it's a fetish almost, because it's like, it's fun. It's almost like it's like trolling to a new degree. Somebody says, Roger was in a diaper more than me. Now Roger's stealing my style? Now Roger's stealing my thing? First B-list celebrities like Melanie Martinez are stealing it, and Roger is stealing it as well. When did Roger steal it? Felicia Day, there you go. I'm strangely attracted to her. I don't know what it is, but I find her charming and weirdly sexy. What does she do, by the way? Like, what is she officially? Because she's not really an actress, but she is an actress. But she's not, like, in anything that's, like, a movie or a TV show? So where did she come from? Because, like, she's not usually the type of girl that I would be into. But maybe she is. I don't know. I don't know what she is. Like, I can't get a read on her. I feel like I keep thinking she was on like G4, like Attack of the Show or something, but she wasn't. Oddly enough, the woman that was on Attack of the Show did turn into like an actual celebrity. Not saying that's necessarily an improvement, because I don't think we should be looking at celebrity as being the thing that we all want to be. I'd say there are a lot of people on the internet that are probably more famous than celebrities. PewDiePie is way more famous than quite a few celebrities. She was in... No, I don't think she was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think that's somebody else. I just remember her because I remember seeing her in the Do You Want to Date My Avatar music video that they put up on the internet. Sorry, Josh, but liberals have been wearing metaphorical diapers for years. Yeah, but I've worn literal diapers for Halloween. Roger cosplayed that One Piece guy or whatever who's a baby. Oh, I didn't know he was wearing a diaper. I thought he was just wearing like a Speedo. Are you telling me that my diaper game is more strong than Roger's? I'll take it. I'm going to rub that in his face. Yeah, so she is in Mystery Science Theater. That's why I was referencing her. I miss the old Olivia Munn. Olivia Munn is very sexy and very attractive, I think. I don't know what her personality is like, though, so that could be... It's weird. Once you reach a certain age, and I hate to admit it, you start to think of personality as well as physical looks. Like, at one point, it was pretty much just, she's hot, she's purty, I want to date her. She sure is purty and smells nice. But now I'm like, hey, she's hot, but she's got a terrible personality, and I want nothing to do with her. Which is weird. I feel like I've grown as a human being.
Well, we've got 2 seashells here.
A coral's not really a seashell. Notice me, boy. Okay, Nicole Crossing, I'm looking at you. You have an avatar of a girl who has, I think, blonde hair. It's a slightly faded pic, so I can't really tell. You seem to be about, I don't know how many years of age. I would love a bagel right now. Thanks, Taco Cat. Now I want one. Bagels are fattening. They're wasted calories. PewDiePie is more famous than me. Darn right he is. I actually, you know what's funny? I never liked PewDiePie when he would play games. I was always just like, oh, yeah, he's screaming at games and Let's Plays, whatever. But now that he does these, like, vlogs, I actually like him. Like, I'm not opposed to the idea of just doing lazy content that are vlogs. It's just, as long as they're real people, as long as you're not putting on some fake persona. You know who I really like, guys? You guys might know him. I've been watching him for a long time, probably at least 5 years now. Adam the Woo. He's got a channel called The Daily Woo, where he vlogs every day of his life. He's been doing it for like 300 or 500 days or something. And he's so genuine. The man is just so damn genuine. He's so, like, happy, but then sometimes he's not happy, and he'll be honest about it. He goes to the theme parks. Disney and Universal loves Disney. And he's just amazing. I love Adam the Woo so much. How's Jocelyn? Look at the way you spelled her name. My God, that's amazing. That's a really weird one. So her name's actually spelled Joslin. I was talking about personality too. She used to be more quirky. Oh, I don't know. I didn't really. My earliest. I think my earliest impression of Olivia Munn was she was on that Attack of the show, and she was dressed in like shiny leather, pretending to be a new Bond girl or a new Bond villain or something. And anybody that knows me knows that I have a kink for like shiny leather on women. So I was just like, boom, I like this girl. She's good. Me like her. Yay. You should do vlogs on your second channel. Nick Bradley, you bearded stud, you. I think I know who Nick Bradley is. I vaguely remember noticing him following me on Instagram. And I associate Nick Bradley with a beard. I could be thinking of a completely different person. I don't even know. Josh, I won't stop until... I told you I don't have a soul. Lord knows I've given it away long ago. Get in line. It's like that episode of SpongeBob SquarePants where the Flying Dutchman wants SpongeBob's soul, but then it's like he has to get in line between like Mr. Krabs and Sandy and Plankton and like every character in the show. So I do have Nick Bradley correct in my head. I remember Olivia Munn. I saw her in the Slammin' Salmon, and recently she was in that X-Men movie. Slammin' Salmon? Roth, what kind of movies are you watching? Slammin' Salmon sounds like something Troy McClure would want to watch. See, that was another one of those really in jokes, but it was pretty good if you get it. You see, on The Simpsons, there's an episode where Troy McClure may be sexually aroused by fish. So my joke was a movie called Slammin' Salmon might be some sort of weird, gross fish porn, and that Troy McClure would like it. See, it was a bit of a stretch, but I think I pulled it off. Why did that action figure's ass in your Instagram say? I don't know if that's really a question. I'm assuming you said, what did that action figure's ass in your Instagram say? It said Josh. If you're asking, why did it say that? It's actually not an action figure. They were at Target. They're little men in Speedos, and they latch on to your drinking glass as you're drinking. And on their butts, they have names of guys' names, and one of their names was Josh. And I noticed that, and it made me giggle. And the lady next to me looked at me like I was crazy, and she started walking away. And so I took a picture of it and put it on Instagram. Josh, is it okay for me to... I didn't read it in time. Hold on. Josh, is it okay for me to be a sex offender for Halloween? I want to, and I think it would be funny, but I also don't think it would be funny, you know? I don't know how you would illustrate that you're a sex offender, because I wouldn't suggest physically being one. That's not a good idea. One of the ideas I had for a Halloween costume... was going to be to wear a whole bunch of many different types of costumes that SJWs consider offensive. You know, like, obviously, I don't buy into this crap of, like, oh, you can't dress up like an Indian because it's offensive. Come on, it's not offensive. Get over it. So I was going to be, like, an Indian, have, like, a Chinaman's, like, some sort of Chinese thing, have, like, you know, just a whole bunch of cultures. Just, like, every single Punch-Out character rolled into one costume, and then just take a picture of it and put it on the internet and be like, hey, what do you guys think of my Halloween costume this year? Put it on Tumblr. Just be like, you guys like my Halloween costume this year? I worked really hard on it. What do you think?
And then I could sit back and laugh because they'll all be triggered like crazy.
There'd be more triggering on Tumblr than there are triggers in Larry the Cable Guy's gun room that he has because he's a hillbilly and they have guns. See, that was an example of a bad joke that didn't work at all. How do you give blowjobs? Well, I don't, but the people that do, they generally use their mouth. That's the preferred way. When I was younger, I wanted to be an Andalite from Animorphs, but couldn't figure out how to pull it off. Well, Animorphs I know very little about, but I'm fairly certain the whole appeal behind the Animorphs was that they morphed into animals, so that would be a difficult thing to pull off. This guy just says, I want your organs, Josh. That's interesting. That's a new one.
Give me your organs! Oh.
You went from wanting my soul to my organs. Josh, President Trump and Nick are hanging from opposite Trump. You got to be careful with the teeth. Average consumer, it's very easily to get teeth involved, and it's very, very painful to have your pee-pee scraped. Now, there you have it. Is Make Believe what is coming out on May 25th? Yes. There will be an episode of Make Believe on that particular day. And then many days after that as well. It's going to be a regular feature. Because I'm pretty sure I've cracked the code as to how I can make Believe a standard video feature. It's going to be like one topic instead of having 7 ideas in one episode. Change the thumbnail. Oh my god. Why do you want me to change the thumbnail, Squidward? Everybody remember Midna? She died for our sins. Have I ever had a dream where yeah. You know what's really funny? I've been going to bed at night and I've been watching DVDs. What did I do? I watched SpongeBob. I watched Ren and Stimpy because I'm an adult, you know. It's really funny if you're ever around me with with a girlfriend. I would never be like, hey babe, let's go snuggle in bed and watch season 2 of SpongeBob SquarePants. Like I'm totally different around a girl. It's like, yeah, we can watch those adult shows. Sure, I love Walking Dead. Oh, you want to watch Walking Dead? Me too. I don't want to watch SpongeBob or Ren and Stimpy instead of that. Let's totally watch Walking Dead together. Oh, The Housewives. Cool. Yeah. That's what I want to watch. No, I don't. I want to watch Peter Pan. So yeah, I hide my real personality from women. That's how I manage to get them. And then when they're gone, it's like, all right, let's go bathe in gelatin. I can finally do weird things. And then when they fall in love with me, it's too late. They already love me. They already depend on me too much. Sandra says you shouldn't have to do that. But Sandra, I don't want to date a girl who wants to let me watch SpongeBob. See, I want to date girls who I have to like do sneaky things. Like I like trying to sneak around, not like cheat on them with a girl. I would never cheat. I think that's disgusting. I'd never cheat on a girlfriend. But like, you know, have another persona going on. Well, I've done a 2 seashells here because I've been busy answering all these questions. Like, give me your organs. I would definitely go for SpongeBob or Our Real Monsters. Oh, yes. Our Real Monsters is amazing. Josh sleeping at night. It's true, actually. So I'm like a bear. I sleep normal human hours in the summertime. And we're almost in the summertime. So I've been going to bed at about 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and waking up at about 10. Oh, so my story. It's not even really much of a story. But the reason I brought up that I've been watching DVDs is it made me realize a big flaw in DVD menus, okay? Follow me here. Why in the hell do they have music playing in the menus for DVDs? Specifically stuff like The Simpsons, Mama's Family does it, All in the Family does it, Rocko's Modern Life. All the DVDs that I watch from TV shows, when they're in the menus, they play the damn theme music. And so what happens is I'll press play all, and that's like 8 episodes of a show, and I'll watch maybe like the first one or maybe 1.5, and then I fall asleep. And then what happens is it eventually goes to the menus, and it's playing that damn music over and over, and it's like a 15-second loop. So I'm trying to sleep, and I'm sleeping, and subconsciously I keep hearing that music, and I know that it's like, oh, I should turn the DVD player off. I should turn the TV off. But I don't. So I end up sleeping very poorly. I've had horrible night's sleep the past like 3 nights simply because that damn music on the DVD keeps repeating. And I'm like sleeping, I'm not really awake, but I know there's a problem going on. So it's like I'm having bad voodoo or something. I just can't. So I don't know what I'm doing with myself. These are my problems. Mute the TV, but then I can't hear my show when I'm going to bed. I want to hear it when I'm going to bed. DVD menus are why I just pirate stuff now. So actually, speaking of pirating things, I need to pirate, I was going to buy it, but it's like $70. I need to pirate the Pink Panther collection, the cartoon, because I love the Pink Panther. And I used to have it pirated on my laptop, but it's my old laptop. and I don't use that anymore, so I need to bring it over. The Pink Panther, by the way, is an amazing show to watch at night because you can have the Pink Panther muted and you won't miss anything because there's no dialogue in the Pink Panther cartoons. It's all just actions and animation. So you can watch that with it on mute, and I don't have that problem where I'll wake up in the middle of the night and toss and turn because it's repeating the music. So that's why I need to steal the Pink Panther. Pink Panther is an amazing cartoon. That's one of my favorite cartoons ever. Just the style of it, the animation. I love the background paintings. Just the idea that they're making this cartoon where there's no dialogue, and yet they somehow keep doing it and making it fresh. It's really interesting. Because most cartoons are like blah 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 blah. This one's just like no. We got this. There's no talking. This is just a cartoon. This is all animation. Opinion on people bringing aggressive dogs to a dog park. That's a bad idea. I think they're stupid. I get that your dog wants to get out, but don't bring them to a park with other dogs. Didn't they make a new one that wasn't bad recently? A new Pink Panther? I remember there was a Pink Panther cartoon, had to be on like Boomerang or Cartoon Network. It was like the new Pink Panther, and I hated the art style. It was very modern. It was very like bubbly. He was like kind of it just looked more bubbly and rounded. Whereas the original cartoon, he's more like skinny and like sort of, you know what I mean? Like he's had like more of a skinny design. And I didn't like the new one because it just seemed like, what is this? And I think they even had him talk in one of the newer ones, which is like, what? The whole point is that he doesn't talk. Pink Panther live action movie, though, thinking about revisiting that someday. I've never actually seen the live action movie because to me, as a kid, I was always like, oh, Pink Panther. Wait a minute, what's with all these old people now? Why is this real people? Where's the Pink Panther cartoon? It's funny, I actually, I relate the Pink Panther cartoon to Fraggle Rock because I remember in my childhood, and I specifically remember in like the summertime, it would be Pink Panther and Fraggle Rock around like 5 o'clock, 6 p.m., like right around supper time, which is weird. I think Fraggle Rock was definitely a rerun on the Disney Channel in the early 90s, and that's how I saw it. And I'm pretty sure the Pink Panther was on like just regular TV at times. So I just relate those two shows together for some reason. My opinion on DJ Khaled. Who is DJ Khaled? Or Khaled? Yeah, I think Gravity Falls is pretty good. I don't usually watch a lot of new TV shows, but I do think Gravity Falls is good. You know a show that I think is overrated, and I think I even mentioned it on this live stream once? The Nickelodeon show. What's it called? With the they have a bunch of kids. Something House? Loud House? I think that's overrated beyond belief. The animation is so low budget. It's barely animated. What are you getting into animation for if you don't want to actually animate? That's one of the reasons I love Ren and Stimpy so much. Like Ren and Stimpy, you can pause your DVD at any time and you're going to see some sort of crazy, amazing drawing, like some drastically crazy pose. That's one of my problems with The Simpsons, by the way. New episodes of The Simpsons, I would almost watch the crappy script if they had really great animation. But the animation, everything is always so perfectly on model that it's boring to watch. I love the early episodes of The Simpsons because you'd get that weird thing where like Bart would turn his head, but his mouth would stay on the other side for like a split second. So like his eyes are on one side, his mouth is on the other. So yeah, it was just so great. I love the early episodes. Like the first 3 seasons of The Simpsons are the way the animation should have been done, I think. Maybe the first like 5 or so, but yeah. They worked too hard on making everything perfect. And yeah, GM Cube, you are absolutely right. That's one of the things I hate in animation, when they use that flash tweening just to move something. It's so cheap. I don't know if it's like Nickelodeon is just cheap and Nickelodeon isn't giving them a budget to work with, or if they just are too lazy and underskilled to really animate this stuff. Like I really love the new Mickey Mouse shorts that are on YouTube. I don't know if they make them anymore. But actually this Christmas, they made like a full 30-minute episode, might even have been longer than that, where Donald wants to experience Christmas, but he can't because he's a duck, so he migrates south for the for the winter, but he stays with Mickey and friends and he gets sick and stuff. But I love those new modern Mickey cartoons because they're vintage, but they're really well animated, even though they seem to be in like a flash animation, but it's like really well done. There's like tons of frames that are actually animated and stuff. So I'm hoping they still do more of those, and I'm hoping the reason we haven't seen them for a while is because they just did that full 30-minute Christmas special, and maybe they're back to work on getting some more of the shorts. That is just great. Like, everything about those is great, and I wish they would do more. But I hear they're actually maybe working on the new DuckTales. From what I heard, I think some of the team that worked on that, the Mickey Mouse shorts, moved over to DuckTales, which I'm a little disappointed in because I don't really think the new DuckTales looks good. What do I think about Lion Guard? I've never actually heard of it. I hate the story, but the art style is surprisingly good, though sometimes it needs more polish. I don't think I've ever seen Lion Guard. I've been watching all the old Dan Schneider shows on Teen Nick. Dan Schneider has pretty much run Nickelodeon for quite some time. What was his first one? All That? See, my Dan Schneider exposure would be, I think, All That, and that's about it. Because like when he was working on iCarly and Victorious and all that, I'm aware of them and I've seen them, but those were kind of like those weren't my childhood. Those were, Oh, it's a spinoff. Oh, GM Cube. I totally know what you mean now. I have no idea why I did not realize what you're referring to. Nick's daughter watches Lion Guard all the time. Yeah, I don't think I've really seen it. But now I know what you're referring to. See, even Drake and Josh was kind of after my time. When I think of Drake and Josh, I don't think, classic Nickelodeon. I think, the 2000s. Like, classic Nickelodeon to me.
You whippersnappers don't really know classic Nickelodeon.
It would be like Clarissa Explains It All, or Hey Dude, or Salute Your Shorts. I feel like they get too many attractive people, too many attractive kids on Nickelodeon now. Back in my day, they were all a bunch of ugly mutants, and we liked it that way. Lori Beth Dinberg, come on. There's no modern-day equivalent of Lori Beth Dinberg because she's too fat to fit in with the shows from Dan Schneider nowadays. But I want a new Lori Beth Dinberg. Where's the new Lori Beth Dinberg? I guess Gibby was kind of the male version of Lori Beth Dinberg. Remember Legends of the Hidden Temple and Global Guts, Double Dare? Why wouldn't they just do new versions of those? Why wouldn't you be like, well, our network's complete garbage and our ratings are pretty much at an all-time low. The only thing we got is SpongeBob SquarePants. Hey, what do you say we bring back some of those fun game shows we used to do? Like, did they do research and kids said they don't like them anymore? Like, that seems very unlikely. Or is it just they don't want to, like, spend the effort to actually... Because obviously to do a bunch of game shows, you're going to need a studio. So do they just not want to go to all the effort of renting a studio space for, like, a 5-year contract or something? Is that it? Like, honestly, am I wrong? But wouldn't a kid nowadays really like something like Double Dare or Legends of the Hidden Temple? Why wouldn't 5 to 15-year-olds want to watch that? I don't think that's something that was like, oh yeah, but that only appealed to kids in the 90s. It's like, no, it's an amazing set. You get to watch kids doing these really cool things, playing for prizes and stuff. You pick which team you want to win. The Silver Snakes. I don't know, it just seems like that's not something that's dated. It's just Nickelodeon's too cheap to do that anymore. Fancy Mexican says that he would sleep with Gibby. Like, Nickelodeon doesn't even do the slime stuff anymore. The only time they do slime is at the Kids' Choice Awards. I didn't see the movie they made about the Legends of the Hidden Temple in GMQ, but I saw the trailer and I saw some clips, and it doesn't... It seemed kind of pointless. The whole time I was like, okay... why didn't you just make this the game show? Why didn't you just film like 20 episodes of the game show or something? So I do remember they brought Guts back. I never saw the new versions of Guts. So I don't know, like, did it fail because it just wasn't as good as the classic Guts? Or, because I do know they filmed that at Universal Orlando. That's where they should film this stuff. The old Nickelodeon studio building is still empty. The Blue Man Group did move into one of the sound stages, but it has multiple sound stages. And the main area that was Nickelodeon Studios is still there, and just nothing's going on in there. So they could easily be like, all right, we're bringing back Nickelodeon Studios. We're going to film some shows there. Why wouldn't you think that you'd want to go to Universal Orlando even more if it was like, hey, you can watch these shows get filmed and you might be picked to be in it, kids? Like, that would be a huge selling point. I think it just all comes down to they don't want to go through all the legal papers and have to rent the stuff and get people down there and relocate people, which seems dumb. Do it. It'd be awesome. I would say it failed because it had too many commercials, so it altered the format. Oh, well, there you go. So what did they do? Add a lot of commercials because they weren't confident that it would be a success, and then adding the commercials is why it failed? Remember Mo? I remember as a kid I had such a crush on Mo. It is at this point that I should point out that Mo is actually a woman. She was the referee in Guts. Mike O'Malley. Remember Mike O'Malley? That guy's amazing. I watch Mike O'Malley a lot on Yes Dear, the sitcom Yes Dear. Josh, I really enjoy listening to you talk. Oh my God. No offense, but that's slightly frightful. I'm talking gibberish. They brought back Figure It Out a few years ago, and it ended what? They brought back and it ended, but I don't know why. See, the problem is, if they bring these things back, they need to be smart enough to know why they were a success to begin with. Because usually when they bring them back, they don't bring them back very well. They kind of miss the point. Like, oh, we'll do Guts again, but we won't have the aggro crag. You know, we won't have them climb up the big mountain at the end. Or, oh, we'll bring Guts back, but we won't have the sets looking very cool. But I do think eventually Nickelodeon's going to just completely realize they have no new ideas. And I think nostalgia is an insanely powerful thing. So I think they will bring that stuff back. But I don't know when. I wish they would bring it back to Universal. That's where it belongs, in my opinion. At Universal Orlando. Roger and I can go audition to be on Global Guts. We'll beat the hell out of all these little kids. They did do, on the Splat, they did a Double Dare reunion show. It was okay, but it obviously wasn't like as big budget as Double Dare would have been. Like, you could tell the obstacle stuff was way smaller and, you know, but it was pretty cute. Had the original host. Hey Arnold is getting a new movie. It's a jungle movie. And I heard they're working on a Nicktoons movie that's like all the classic Nicktoons, but in like kind of a Roger Rabbit type setting where they all meet and fuse together their worlds and stuff. Yeah, one of the things with Nickelodeon is they would usually order only like 2 seasons of something, if not less. Like, even if you were a success, they would only want 4 seasons from you. I've heard this many times in like podcasts interviewing like creators and stuff who have done Nickelodeon shows. Nickelodeon doesn't really think they need more episodes beyond 4 seasons. Unless you're like SpongeBob or Rugrats, they really only want to order 4 seasons. Because Nickelodeon's theory is, why should we pay more money for new episodes when we can just rerun the old episodes and kids are perfectly happy watching the same episodes again and again, because that's how kids are. So I think like one of the things they would do is like, oh yeah, we'll order a season. Oh, that was a success. Okay, we'll order one more season, and that's about enough. Unless it was like a really big success that they only really wanted a few. Because Nickelodeon is cheap, apparently. Very cheap. SpongeBob alone is keeping Nickelodeon afloat. I can't imagine anything else on Nickelodeon is making them money. Think about it. What's making Nickelodeon money other than SpongeBob? Because not only do they not have other shows that are very marketable in terms of merchandise, but they don't have shows that are even popular. Fixed Fun, it might be the Disney Channel as well, but it is definitely, it's Nickelodeon too. It might just be some sort of theory in running a TV network, but fun fact, one of the main reasons that Nickelodeon Studios closed in Orlando, Florida at Universal, one of the main reasons it closed is because the guy in charge working at Nickelodeon did not like traveling to Florida. He didn't like traveling back and forth to Florida and hated Florida weather because he thought it was too hot. So he wanted to eventually just not renew the contract and not do anything there. So we don't have Nickelodeon Studios anymore because some idiot thought it was too hot. I'll show him too hot! The Loud House is making some money. Yeah, but is Loud House marketable? I mean, is anybody really clamoring for Loud House merchandise yet? I mean, maybe it will get to that, but still, you can't run a network on like one or two shows. Back in the 90s, in the early 90s, Nickelodeon had a dozen popular shows. I don't even know if there was such thing as an unpopular Nickelodeon show. Kids just watched it because it's like, it's Nickelodeon. GM Cube, he did actually step down maybe a few years ago or so. Maybe like 2013, 2014. So I was really happy when I saw that because I was like, ooh, maybe somebody will take his place and think that they should bring back their deal with Universal. The slime geyser that used to be at in front of that, I think is in a warehouse somewhere at Universal Studios. There's a new show called Bunsen is a Beast. It's from the Fairly Odd Parents creator. Anybody got any opinions on that? What's the next seashell we need to do? What is the next seashell? Did you watch Game Shakers? No, I have not. I found a lot of the kids on Game Shakers to be intolerably annoying. It does have Kel on it, though, so there's that. Oh, man, GM Cube. I went to Nickelodeon. Well, I went to Universal in, I think it was 1994. And I went on the studio tour and did all the whole Nickelodeon studio stuff. It's pretty amazing. I think my memory could be foggy because it was such a long time ago, but I'm fairly certain that when we were taking the tour in Nickelodeon Studios, they were filming an episode of Clarissa Explains It All. Because I remember seeing the window scene with the ladder by it. They also showed us edible slime. Like, that kind of stuff is really cool. Why wouldn't you do that at a theme park? Like, that's not even just like a generational thing. It's just cool to get like a behind the scenes look at that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I was going to do a sand dollar. Okay, thank you for reminding me. That should be, actually, I'm going to be very cheap here. We're going to be very frugal, and we're just going to take this and we'll remove that. Then we'll come into here and we'll remove the edit poly and it'll restore to that. And we can work on our sand dollar. Somebody says Bunsen is a Beast is god awful. I can't get past the effing theme song. Other people say it's god awful. Oh wait, that's the same guy that said it was god awful. I seen a clip of Bunsen is a Beast, and I felt like it was way too fast. The show has like ADD, which I get. Like a lot of Butch Hartman's shows are fast, but it was just way too fast. I like the character design, but it just seems like it's trying really quick. Like, oh, we gotta throw this joke, this happens, this happens, this happens. And it's just like, no, stop. Take your time. Do like funny things. You don't have to shove it all out there really quickly. Does Animal Crossing have a sand dollar? I don't think it does. Or if it does, it doesn't look like one on the beach. It's actually pretty funny because in Animal Crossing, they just use this right here, this middle thing, to symbolize like about 4 different types of shells, which I think is something they don't have to do anymore. They can probably just have little low poly versions of all the shells. One of the new shells, by the way, that I'm going to very, very quickly show off in this episode is it's not even a shell, but I'm going to suggest that some other things can wash up on the beach, and one of them is going to be a shark tooth. So you can find like a little shark tooth on the beach, you pick it up, you can sell it, or you can put it on display. A lot of people are saying it does, yes it does. Why are you guys saying it does? What did I say? I don't even remember what I said. I don't usually listen to myself. That's how I get through the day. Not listening to the things that I say. Yes, shark tooth. I'm trying to think of things that could wash up on shore that wouldn't necessarily be the typical seashells, because one of the episodes of Make Believe is going to talk about a bunch of things that you could do on the beach, like talk about expanding the beach in Animal Crossing, and I have a lot of ideas about things related to the beach and the ocean in the game. So that's where I'm kind of thinking like, oh, it'd be neat if you could just see like you're walking along the beach and you see like a shark tooth. And you can pick up the shark tooth and, sell that or whatever. Message in a bottle. Yeah, definitely. That's another thing I'm putting back in here. I mean, I'm not really putting it back in. I'm not making the game, but just as a thing in the episode of Make Believe. That was such a cool idea. The message in the bottle was so neat. And now we've got even better online with Nintendo. So it works even better than it did in Wild World. So they need to bring that back. That was so cool. Drugs should wash up on shore. Just a random bloody hand should walk up on shore. Somebody who was a dead body from a man who betrayed the Sicilian mafia should wash up on shore. You know what's really weird? I never really played around with the wetsuit in Animal Crossing nearly enough. Like, you might assume that because I'm obsessed with the ocean and everything that I did so much stuff with, like, diving in the water and using the wetsuit. I never did. Like, aside from the mini games on the island and stuff a few times, I never really did the whole wetsuit thing. Which is disappointing because I love that idea. It's pretty cool. Each dead body that washes up should tell a story. How goes it? I have no idea how anybody could possibly have this kind of an attention span to just keep saying, give me your organs. I don't know what's wrong with you. I've addressed this. I've addressed this comment. You can't have my organs. I need them to live. I was really happy to see that in New Leaf, they restored Gulliver to what he should be, which is a clueless sailor. I have no clue. Why in the world did they make him an alien? Like, why not just make an alien? Why not literally make... That would have been so cool, right? Or have, like, an animal who it's like, like maybe like... They had... In the N64 version of Animal Crossing, or maybe it was the GameCube version, they had a dog and a cat that were like space robots. It's really weird. Try and look them up. But there was like a cat and a dog. They had like a weird robot face, and then they had like a space suit on. It was like just a texture though. And those would have been like perfect characters to be in the UFO. Should have just really did like some weird alien thing. I do remember basically having a heart attack whenever I would hear the UFO, though, in City Folk or Wild World, because that is so unbelievably rare. It is incredibly rare to see Gulliver in the UFO. So whenever it would happen, it's just like, oh my god. It's like the rarest thing in a video game ever. It was very exciting. So here's our sand dollar that we're going to make. It's pretty easy, actually. It's literally almost done right here. I'm just going to change the shape of it a bit so it doesn't look so clearly perfect and static as a circle. So we'll just kind of move this stuff around a bit. Seems like they kind of go down a little bit. Maybe move this up. Do I watch Mojo? I mean, I think I've seen a few of their videos, but I don't like subscribe or actively seek out their videos. Oh, so Punchy Leaf, you actually found the characters, huh? Thoughts on the Animal Crossing movie? I like it a lot, and you guys know me. I don't like anime, but that movie is really well done. It might be the most accurate video game movie ever, because like most video game movies don't really follow the video game, but that absolutely follows the video game. It's literally like watching the game. But it's got some really nice... You know what I love about anime? Brace yourself, because I very rarely will say that phrase. I love the backgrounds. I love the hand-painted backgrounds. The backgrounds in most anime... Well, I don't know about most. Most is being a bit generous, but... Generous. But they do a great job at that. Another thing that I think anime gets right is... they kind of show the tiny details... Like if it's a rainy day outside, before they show the kids in the house sad that it's raining and they can't go out and play, they'll get some great shots of like a bucket outside in like a patch of grass next to flowers, and it'll get like, you see the rain dropping into the water, or they'll show, the rain dripping down the glass on a window or something. Like they take that little pause, they take that little time to show those little details, which I actually like. But don't you dare ever tell Roger that I like anything about anime. Do you hear me? Because if Roger finds out that I like anything about anime, that's it. I'll never hear the end of it. All right, we've got a sand dollar. We've got that little thing, which is what? A scallop? Maybe not. I forget what a scallop looks like. We've got our coral. We'll make one more. And then I got to work on texturing it. But I don't think I'm going to actually live stream texturing or making the textures, because I want to get them done, because I still have to do crunches, as I told you earlier, and I do want to get to bed. I'm going to get a massage at 10 o'clock in the morning, by the way. I'm very happy about that. I've been wanting to, but I'm always like, it's kind of a waste of $60. But I was so annoyed today, I was just like, all right, I'm just going to call, and I just did it real quick, and I scheduled it, so there's no backing out now. Roth, I don't like anime, Roth. Stop it. You're going to spread bad rumors. You're spreading lies about me. What are you, a NeoGAF user? Don't worry, I'll design textures on some other live stream. I did half of my crunches, Rover. Now I got to do another half, which is 100. Yeah, we do need to do a seashell that's more three-dimensional, because these two are flat. So we'll do that weird conch thing. Now let's see, how am I gonna... Josh likes anime. Josh is a weeb, you little son of a bitch. No, it's not gonna be a happy ending massage. Did you know Ash Polson loves NeoGAF? Is that... I mean, I would assume that he does, but is that just you're making something up? Hashtag Josh loves anime. Anime. From now on, it's not called anime. It's called anime. Hey, that'd be a good idea for like a Japanese RPG game that stars Miis. Anime! Or a movie, an anime movie in Japan. It's but they call it anime.
I do like 300 crunches at the gym, says Fancy Mexico.
No, he talks about browsing NeoGAF in the podcast. You listen to the podcast, Mr. Piggy Jelly? You've got more patience than I do. You've got more patience than a hospital. Ooh. The BitBlock, the anime. All right, guys, this is a challenge for you in the chat. We're going to see how creative you can get. What would a BitBlock anime be? What would happen in it? Who are the main characters? What goes on? What kind of lust and love and craziness happens in the BitBlock anime? Do I use Wii Fit to exercise? Only when I'm filming myself in my underwear. Lamar Wilson is the villain. Okay, we got that. Makes sense. Josh is in a void. He has no love. The end. You'd enter Animal Crossing and such, and it'd be magical and good. Yes. There you go. And then I'd be sued for copyright infringement because Nintendo wouldn't want me to use Animal Crossing in my official anime that I release in Japan. Game Explained and Lamar are the villains, and they try to take Josh's shoes. Oh my god! And then what happens? Josh and Nick would be schoolgirls in love with Roger. It's about the love of Mayor Joshy's life, the Jaws ride, and it gets destroyed by Lamar, and then Joshy is out for revenge. Paul says it would be about running tights. By the way, guys, speaking of running tights, I got my third pair of Nike jogging tights today. I actually have more than that, but these are they're these really cool Nike ones that have this like really neat futuristic look to them. And there are three of the same kind, but in different colors. One of them is a burgundy red with gold accents. One of them is black with a purplish blue color accents. And then the other one is emerald green. And that one has, I think, like darker emerald green accents on them. One of them looked like Iron Man color scheme. The burgundy and the gold kind of looks like an Iron Man color scheme. I've never seen Iron Man, but sorry, I haven't been reading your anime in here. Somebody says it would probably be a hentai, not an anime. Josh Thomas gets sucked inside of NeoGAF and must find a way to find friends and escape without losing his dignity. I'm at NeoGAF. I've already lost my dignity. Josh would be a self-hating anime character. Yes, that is true. Lamar is shutting down the Jaws ride and Josh needs to stop him. Yep, that seems to be a popular plot. I really wish some of you would actually draw this. I will send you something wonderful if you put a bunch of your talent and time into drawing a BitBlock anime where Lamar Wilson takes away the Jaws ride and I have to get revenge and get it back. A story about a blonde guy who is secretly in love with Game Explainer Duru. Josh is the main character. Rover is another character. They have a big fight and then end up confessing their love for each other and live happily ever after, and they get married and have kids and cats. So that Rover is a fictional cartoon cat.
I don't know how that's going to work. Orbit would be in it, of course, and 90s reboots. 90s reboot style CGI. Oh my god, Roth, don't remind me of that show. Dan actually really likes that show. Like, to this day, he watched it as a kid, but to this day, he still, like, cheers it on and loves it. It's the worst. It's probably worse than the Donkey Kong Country CG show. I already told you my favorite black person is George Jefferson, which is the correct answer. I actually almost said something that people would have considered offensive. I have a I have an E.T. figure on my desk right here, and when I read that, I looked up at E.T. just without thinking, and I was going to say E.T. is my favorite black person. But that would have been offensive. Which is why I just said it. Fruit Salad Podcast is back, baby. Sure, find me a new co-host. I haven't talked to Dan in like a year. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know that he would want to do it. I told you guys to ask Dan to do the Fruit Salad Podcast. I can't be bothered. Joshy gets forced to watch new Nickelodeon shows for... Oh, God. Snoop Dogg is your favorite black person? Because he's like probably one of my least favorite black people. Not because he's black, but just because I don't like him. He seems like an idiot. He's very ugly, and I don't like ugly people because I have to look at him with my really handsome eyeballs. You know what I mean? It sucks having really handsome eyeballs and having to use them to look at ugly people.
Give me your skin.
How do we know E.T. isn't black? Well, he's not human. We can. Well, maybe he is. You guys ready to have your minds blown? I want you guys to at least learn some things in this live stream. I want you to walk away from this and say, "Wow, I learned stuff tonight." I learned that Josh originated the diaper fashion, and I also learned the following. So first of all, there is a theory that in millions of years, like in a million years, whatever, long time, human beings will evolve in certain ways, okay? And these are the ways that they predict we will evolve. We will get less hairy, maybe to the point of not having any hair at all. Our eyes will grow considerably, and our necks will shrink, and our arms will grow longer, and we will only have 4 fingers. Now, that fits the description of an alien, I think, quite well. That's like the stereotypical alien drawing that everybody claims, oh, I saw an alien, and that's like the drawing they go with, right? So what if aliens are actually human beings from millions of years into the future, and when they travel to Earth, they're actually traveling back in time to see very primitive versions of themselves? So aliens are really just our ancestors, because everybody that claims to have seen an alien describes them in a certain way, and the way they describe them is the way that scientists are saying we will evolve to be. So what if aliens are just people from millions of light years into the future? It's terrifying, but it could be true. Also, I like cheese. What was the other thing I was going to share? Oh, so speaking of time travel, do you know time travel is not just like a fake thing that's made up? It's not like, oh yeah, time travel. You can't time travel. That's silly. Scientists agree. You actually technically could, physically, it is possible to travel in time. It is possible to travel through time. It's not just made up nonsense. The only reason we can't do it is because we don't have the energy that would be required to
essentially, to put it in layman's terms, because I'm an idiot and I don't remember all the details, but we don't have the energy. We don't have enough power. We would have to like harness the power of an exploding star. Even our biggest bombs that we have on this planet would not be enough energy to create a time machine to actually make it properly function. But if we could harness the power of an exploding star, that just might be enough energy to effectively really send somebody back through time. Now, doubt we're ever going to have to do that. We're never going to be able to do that in our timeline, in our life. And nor do I think it'll ever get to the point where it's like, let's go on vacation, dear. Where do you want to go? Let's go to Disney World. Yay! No, let me finish, kids. We're going to Disney World in the year 1998. Woo! So I don't think we'll ever like take vacations to different periods of time. But it does sound like scientifically, maybe the government or something in a million years, if there is a government, on another planet, in another galaxy, they might be able to use time machines to travel or something. And maybe that's what aliens are doing. I just want to be able to travel back in time to 1994 and go on the Jaws ride and work there. Is that so much to ask? I've genuinely had moments, by the way, I'm not even kidding, where I'll just be laying in bed at night or in the morning, and I'll just be like, man, if I could figure out traveling in time, I could go to the Jaws ride. Like, I'm not even making a joke, or I'm not realizing how insane what I'm saying actually is. I'm genuinely lying there thinking, well, really, all I got to do is figure out how to make a time machine, and then I'd be good. I could travel back in time, and then it'll be there. Because if I go back to 1994, it'll be there in its heyday. So all I got to do is travel back in time. And I'm not thinking like, oh, wait a minute, that's fucking ridiculous. I have a better chance of rebuilding the Jaws ride in modern times than I do figuring out time travel. But the way my mind works is, all right, well, get out of bed and try to figure out time travel. So anyways, the Random Dudes Gaming, I will find you and I will hurt you. Even though you just said you were joking, I'm still going to hurt you. I have seen a UFO before, even though no one will believe me on here, lol. I kind of believe you. I don't want to believe in aliens, though, because they're scary, and I choose not to believe in scary things. My mom and sister believe in aliens and ghosts. See, I think I believe in both of those things, but I don't think about it because they're scary. But I think there have been too many sightings of ghosts and too many sightings of aliens for it to be fake, you know? Like, how, if it's fake and made up, then why is it like something that crosses every barrier? Like, people living in Korea, people living in Japan, people living in Canada, America, the UK, all have ghost stories and all have stories about aliens. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, in Canada they claim something like, they claim that there are ghosts in Canada. It's like, no, that's everywhere on this planet. So I think there's too many sightings of these things for it to be fake. But ghosts and aliens scare me, so I don't think about it. Josh believes in Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. Nuh-uh. Well, maybe Bigfoot. Am I religious? No, I'm not religious, but I would say I'm spiritual. I have a spiritual side, but not any religion. But I'm not somebody who rants about religions, really, unless I think they're a particularly bad religion. I mean, I do think there are bad religions out there that are just stupid. But yeah. Somebody says they have a Bigfoot. Somebody says ghosts are real. Mr. Piggy Jelly says, my neighbor is an alien. His name is Juan. Better tell President Trump about him. Joshy, do you play survival horror games? No, they scare me. I don't like to be scared in that way. I like to be scared in different ways. I've done no work tonight, you bunch of cretins. Well, my theory on the whole, like, ghosts and afterlife and God or gods and that is, it's not really that far-fetched when you consider we exist now. I mean, everything around us is insanely amazing and baffling, and we just kind of grow numb to it, so we don't really stop and think, hey, that's weird. That's weird how that works. I mean, you could probably find thousands of things in your everyday life that you just take for granted, but if you ever stop to think about them, you'd be like, wait a minute, yeah, that's pretty strange. Like, hey, that's pretty strange how it rains on the planet to help things grow, and the things that grow create oxygen for us to breathe. And like, we exhale things that are good for plants, and plants give off things that are good for us. And like, a tree will shed its leaves in the fall so that they can blow in the wind and then get planted automatically and grow more trees so that the planet stays healthy. There's just a lot of weird stuff like that when I think if you stop and think about it, it's like, yeah, all that stuff works too well. And it's like, I get evolution and all that, but it's like, yeah, but that is too clever of a concept to just have accidentally happened, in my opinion. So that's pretty much what I've come to. And then I'm just like, okay, all right, that's how I feel. That's cool. All right, let's get back to collecting shoes and doing silly things and bitching and moaning on Twitter. Josh, can we start a religion called Joshy? Yes, I think we should start a religion called Joshyism. You basically just have fun. There's no church to go to. There's no book to read teachings of. It's just one sentence, and it's go have fun, don't hurt anybody. The end. And the Lord Joshy said, go in peace. Oh, and also there'd be a new book, a New Testament that says, oh, by the way, also collect a bunch of shoes, but not the ones that Emperor God Joshy wants, because you can't take his shoes, but like collect your own shoes. And praise summertime. It is the best of seasons. And that's about it. I think that's about as far as. Oh, and rebuild the Jaws ride. Noah built a boat. God told Noah to build a boat or whatever. I would have told Noah to build a Jaws ride. What are you gonna do with a boat? Just build a Jaws ride. That's way cooler. Putting all these animals on a boat, just make a Jaws ride. That's way more entertaining. You could sell tickets to it, Noah. Think all the money Noah could have made if he built a Jaws ride instead of an ark with animals. Nobody wants to go on an ark with a bunch of animals. Animals are great, but they're going to be shitting and pissing all over the place. It's going to reek. A lot of them are going to probably eat each other. Jaws ride would be way better. I would have told Noah to build a boat and put one of every YouTuber on it, but then poke holes in the bottom of the boat. It's funny, Pale Yoshi, that you mention a Jaws Ride VR game, because that is a project that I have started and I am working on, and I plan to get really serious about it this summer when I'm done with all of my BitBlock projects. When I have a good month of free time where I can just breathe for a second, I'm going to work on making a realistic 3D version of the Jaws ride, and then I'm gonna get in touch with some programmers or something on message boards. There's tons of them, and basically pay them to program a first-person sort of game where you can walk around the Jaws ride and get on it and just continuously go on the Jaws ride, loop it forever. There's no ending. You can change it from being morning, day, sunset, night, that kind of thing. It's a project I want to work on. Also, Noah's Ark story had no chance of ever happening, so he might as well have built the Jaws ride. Well, there you go. Fair is fair. I agree. I think everybody should build the Jaws ride. I'm going to get Slime and name him Bob Marley. I don't know what that meant.
I'm not quite sure what that was, darling. Pope Francis is a nice guy. Oh,
Oh my god, I need some water.
I'd rather build a giant castle and put some puny... I'd rather build a giant castle than some puny boat tour, says Mr. Piggly Jiggly.
Mr. Piggly Jiggly, I am genuinely going to murder you. I'm not even kidding. Let this video play in court someday after I murder you.
Your Honor, as you can see, Mr. Thomas already claimed he was going to murder the defendant.
Yes, but in Mr. Thomas's defense, it was because the defendant was ridiculing the Jaws ride. Case closed. Josh Thomas goes free. Lock up Mr. Piggly Jelly and beat him severely.
Oh, Rocco, you're such a big, strong man. Gee, Mrs. Bighead.
Josh, why don't you do more voice acting? I've not really done any, aside from maybe a couple. The Simpsons porn, which is, making the parents proud. If you could get custom Joy-Cons, what would it look like, boyo? I want more neon colors, to be honest. So I'm very happy that they're doing the neon yellow. That's cool. The neon yellow Joy-Con is very neat. I'm very happy about that. How about that? Is that a meme? Isn't that a meme? How about that? I feel like that's a meme.
I feel like that's a meme that you guys aren't telling me about.
Josh, you're mad good at voices. You make me jealous. Thank you very much, spooky, scary skeletons. Guys, I think I'm going to end this, though, because it's 12:30. I still have to do crunches, and I need to finish all these seashells tonight. And I want to get to bed at, 1:30 in an hour, because I have a massage at 10 o'clock, because I am a cis white male going to his fancy massage. Look at this cis white male modeling seashells and going to a massage. Oh, that's right. Do your crunches and get your perfectly sexy cis white male body, you cis white male. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for joining me. This will probably be archived. I think I might archive this one. So if you're for some reason listening to this whole damn thing on YouTube, what is wrong with you? I would imagine you were listening to it, because this was not something to watch. This was not something entertaining to watch. I could have made a penis on screen here in 3D, and nobody would have been the wiser, because nobody's looking at this. So yeah. I just want to say thanks. I will not be going to C2E2, guys, mainly because I mentioned this earlier. I took on a lot of remodeling work, and I have people helping me, and I can't just be like, all right, guys, actually, I forgot I'm going to C2E2, and I'm just going to wiggle my butt around in a latex zero suit while you guys build my basement for me. I don't think that'll go over very well. And I know I promised the whole C2E2 thing, but I'll make it up to you. There will be a lot of videos of me in the zero suit in the summertime. And there will be shirtless Josh We Fit videos where I'm wearing nothing but jogging tights. So you'll see plenty of erotic Josh Thomas this summer in a month or two. So, until next time,
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Wait, that's the beginning of Mr. Rogers. That's not something to say at the end of the stream. I don't know how to end this. Fuck off.